read it out, and we will meanwhile start keep sharing our reflections. Okay. Let me share again. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Anuj. Okay, so positive discipline philosophy. This is where we are starting today
Yes.
from. Okay, who want to start?
Mm.
You really? You want to?
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Julia. Do it. No problem.
Um, I am not so good with the reading. Okay.
Allah.
I the pronunciation, please pardon me
No
for
problem. No
difficult
problem.
names coming. Okay. Positive discipline philosophy. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Positive discipline is a parenting philosophy established by Jane Nelson and added to by Lynn Lott and
Mhm.
other positive discipline associates over the years. Jane Nelson self-published her seminal book Positive Discipline in 1981 and in 1987 by
And
Valentine
publishing.
of London,
Hmm.
from which he started a movement towards cooperative, respectful parenting. What first began as Jane Nelson single-handedly teaching the philosophy to parents and teachers has since blossomed into an organization, www.positivediscipline.org, focused on training parents and teachers to utilize its principles at home and school. Positive discipline is based on the
One
general
second.
principle of the.
1 second, Julia. I just wanted to ask, anyone has gone through this website? The people we are here, anyone has seen this website before?
No.
Hmm. Shall we discover it now?
We can.
Positive, positive.
Discipline.
Sorry, what I'm positive discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Am I writing it correct? Spelling discipline. What else? Positive discipline.
Dot
.org. Okay.
org.
Hmm. And I'm just thinking, we feel it's such a difficult, like, to manage these things nowadays. It's so different way. I was just thinking, back at the time when she was the first one to introduce this philosophy, how she must
Yeah.
have handled herself and the people around. That's really, really
Mhm.
okay. So teaching, like you all can see the screen, right? So all can see
Mhm.
this Positive Discipline Association. So again, I would say,
Yeah.
like, I think we should never underestimate struggle or the efforts of a single person because it can turn into a big thing or big movement. So this, as a mother, as a father, whatever we are doing in our capacity in our homes, we many times fall into despair because we feel alone. But I think, yeah, we should always remind ourselves, inshallah, a day will come when things will change. And like being a Muslim,
Mhm.
it's so good to just imagine every effort is being seen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And He's always noticing
Mhm.
us, whatever we are doing. So it's really good. It has many resources. Maybe I will put this homework, let's explore this website more and where do you think we can learn without getting
Okay.
overwhelmed? Just have a look into it.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, seems like they have YouTube channel as well and Facebook and stuff. Okay. All right. So let's come back. Okay, now you can start the video.
Mm-hmm.
um,
Uh, pos-
yes, yes.
yeah, positive discipline is based on the general principles of Aldrin School of Psychology. The latter is a school of thought formulated by Adler and continued after his death by his colleague Rudolf. Alfred Adler was a contemporary of Sigmund
Right. Mm.
Freud, with whom he worked for 8 to 10 years. However, he disagreed with with Freud's deterministic sexual view of human nature and began what is this and what does it mean? And began espousing a resilient view
Resilient
of
view
human
of
nature based on the need to belong and to contribute in a social context.
Okay,
And
just
Corey in 2005 defined the following as key principles of Elderian psychology.
okay. So, Sister Faiza and Sister Farah, I think, who were with us, Sister Farhana, they had some of the background in psychology. I'm not sure if any of you, Brother Muhammad or Sister Ruj, Simon Freud is a big name in Western psychology, and
Oh,
he's the person who was like who has laid the foundation of the what is today we see as Western psychology. His books are being taught in psychology, bachelor's and master's,
okay.
even I think in Pakistan as well, maybe. But when we rediscovered, I would say rediscovered because psychology in Islam has already been there since the beginning, and ilmun nafs has been taught, which was like in golden era of Islam. So when we rediscovered it, we realized like Freud, like is wrong or is we do not agree with him at various levels. We here are not going into the depth of what he has taught and what he has not taught and what is good or what is not. We are just this paragraph is just like to give us the basis and more like a theoretical knowledge where we are not really interested in. So there you will, I think, in all these principles, you will see Freud's view or maybe some of the things he has put in. But everything which you read through, always keep in the mind because as we go through the book, later on we will see what is in accordance with Islam. So do not worry about the things what comes now, and we can always later reflect on. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Sadia.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Okay,
Actually, I
so
got late only
uh-huh.
because thank God you are also late because I was praying and then I have to teach my daughter. She has an exam tomorrow,
Oh,
so that's why I was busy.
mhm.
So when I saw your message that you are late, I said, "Oh, thank God."
So it is Maghrib in Pakistan. Maghrib time must be, right? Okay, so Jure, you want to continue?
Yeah, so the number one key principle of Elderian psychology was individuals are holistic and are part of systems. While Fred focused on biological drives and
Very good.
critical importance of an individual's social,
Mm-hmm.
Adler believed in the critical importance of individual social and moral contexts, while highlighting the present and the future instead of the past. In doing so, Adler saw humans are free to choose how they want to live their lives rather than being lifelong prisoners of the conclusions they formed from their childhood experiences. Adler created the process of using early recollections to help his patients see how some of their conclusions were no longer useful to their successful living today. Uh,
Anyone who
as-
wants to reflect in this first key principle, I would invite anyone, whether Muhammad or Sister Ruth, Sister Sadia.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Yeah, I just picked up one point. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to actually have a good discipline, get on with your task, you have to always focus on the future rather than the past. Yes, past is an experience, but if you can actually learn from the past and you have to focus on the future so that you can have a disciplined understanding of how you can actually deliver in the past. You got experience. Based on that, you can actually focus on the future.
Mm. Yeah, thank you,
The process
Jazakallah.
of using
Mm.
this technique, because
Mm-hmm.
in life we talk about things that we couldn't do it, but if you
Mm-hmm.
actually use that opportunity to, you can
Mm.
actually prevent any sort of the performance, like as a result of our inexperience or anything that we couldn't actually comprehend before. If we
Mm-hmm.
know what we know before, would have been
Mm.
better, but what you know now, you can actually based on and work on it so that you can get a good discipline.
Yeah, so I would say, like, just as in therapies or other things, when of course adults come to us and we can see like most of the things can go from the childhood or maybe past experiences, we always like give patients hope on this. They can focus on the present, and it could be difficult, like how the past can affect a person's life, but it is not like we can't change it. And we have these examples, like how a person's resilience or their work or everything can then later on help them to live a holistic sort of life, as mentioned over here. Okay, second behavior is, yeah, Javier.
Behavior is goal directed. Despite the fact that behavioral goals may be unconscious, Adler believed that humans seek to satisfy the basic need to being in a social context, and that misbehavior occurs when children and adults find mistaken ways to belong. He
Mm,
advocated understanding a child's mistaken goal in order to use encouragement to help the child find useful ways to belong.
This is very, very deep. So, any reflections on this? I think we all can relate to this.
I think he's saying that humans basically needs to have a sense of belonging in the
Mm,
society, and
mm, mm,
everyone wants to fit in actually.
mm,
So the behaviors which are followed by a large group of people, they are acceptable.
mhm,
Um, Whether they are right or wrong. And
mhm,
the mistaken ways or misbehavior is something who does not follow you know,
mhm,
does not follow the major population or major group of
mm,
people around.
mhm,
So, the adults and children are also being expected to follow this one. So, who doesn't follow I think you can add. Um,
yeah. So, yeah, this could be one way of looking to the desire to belong. The desire to
yeah.
belong is inside humans since the beginning.
Mm,
What we like in terms of children, this misbehavior of the children, we can see around us when we have a different lens to look into the children. And when we see, like, for example, my son is coming and he's hitting me and he's pushing me and shouting at me. And if I had not known this, all this perspective of how a child's brain grows and what a child develop brain developmental stages, I would just consider it like straight away a child does not know how to behave with a parent, and I might label the child and I might punish maybe related for this particular behavior he has done. But if I know, like, what is he actually demanding? What is the reason behind this behavior? He wants to have this sense of belonging with me. He maybe want me to see him. Maybe I am not giving him time. Maybe I'm busy in my work, or maybe I'm just scrolling my mobile. I have been doing this, and this has he does not know a better way to behave, and this is how he is just making me feel like I can see him. A child want to be seen and heard, and if they do not know the better way, then this comes out as misbehavior. So again, the behavior is goal directed. It's not like any behavior, whatever a child is doing, is just I would say just a random thing. Everything is
mm,
has a reason. Everything has a reason. In the last session we read uh, in small daily routines, in small daily interactions with your child, you can transmit your values. So this is where it is. The small behaviors which what a child is showing, they must have reasons which we may not understand, but they have their goal in their mind why they are doing this. And if we can, if we have use the encouragement to help child find a useful ways to belong, rather than the bad behavior, we must provide them the useful ways to see and to manage the maybe conflicts or disagreement with you, where they if they are feeling like okay, they are part of a family, they belong here. You are seeing them, then they will change their behavior as well. So this is what I feel here.
mm. So I think
Mm.
someone else should read now.
Sister Faiza,
Can I
you
read,
want?
sister? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. How are you?
Yes. Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good as
I'm
well.
sorry I got late for today's session.
No, no, that's fine. We did miss you, but that's good you joined us.
Alhamdulillah. So,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, you can start from here.
Yeah. Okay. So, striving for significance. Adler believed that all human beings experience a sense of inferiority in their lives that invites them to compensate in different ways. He believed that the need to gain mastery over an aspect of one's life is innate and is necessary for people to overcome obstacles. Adler emphasized the need to move from a felt minus to felt plus. Corey 2005, page 97. Simply stated, individuals often need help, encouragement to move in life from a discouraging perception of themselves to one that is positive. Adler also posited that during this striving toward mastery, people choose either socially productive or useless, destructive behaviors depending on the individual's perceived goal and path to mastery.
Hmm. Uh, you also want to reflect such a faida.
I missed the initial parts. I'm just still trying to
Okay,
see
I'll
what
just
does it mean.
basically we are we what we were just sorry. We started from our, where we left last time, positive discipline.
Yeah.
Oops, oops, oops. Oh God. No, I came wrong.
Yeah, just
Positive, yeah,
positive.
positive
I think
discipline philosophy. We started from here, positive discipline philosophy.
yeah.
We first saw this term was first given by the Jane Nelson, and
Okay.
then we later on, like Simon Freud is a name in psychology. You might know him. Then we
Yeah.
see there are six key principles of Algerian psychology where he studied the human nature, and this is like, where the positive discipline was based on. We are now reading these six key principles, and later on we'll
Okay.
see how this is in correlation with Islam. So first was
Okay.
individuals are holistic and part of system. Second is behavior is goal directed, and now third you just read is striving for
Fine.
significance.
Okay.
So anything you like want to reflect from this
Uh,
paragraph, or anyone else wants to?
um,
Yeah. Again, I
well,
would
I think
like. Yeah, go on.
yeah. I think I'm just trying to see that this psychological aspect, how much it we can relate to our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel that what our psychology says about the behavior,
Mm-hmm.
it's good to like talk about it when it actually comes to practice it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I feel like it's the real challenge comes because
Mm-hmm.
the point behavior is goal directed, the
Yeah.
previous point which we did.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
feel that the example you gave as if if the child is misbehaving
Mm-hmm.
and we should know the reason behind it, that why is he doing that, rather than reacting to that specific particular behavior. We should know what's going on behind that, why is he behaving in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
feel should we allow the misbehavior just because we don't know what's going on behind that?
Mm-hmm.
So I think children can take it as maybe excuse, you can say. No,
Mm-hmm.
they are very smart. I feel that they at times they take advantage of this thing as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So first of all, like this is a very common question, and I would say the way we have been raised, this is very very common for us to think, and it is very difficult for us to think otherwise. So when a child is born on fitra, right?
Hmm.
A child is pure, and child has pure intentions. A child does not usually know to manipulate the
Hmm.
parents. When a child is crying, simple like a newborn or maybe few months old, a child is just crying because child needs something. It is not really,
Yeah, definitely.
it has some
Definitely.
reason behind. But as a child grows, whatever environment you are providing to a child, from this environment, a child, yes, can learn what to use as an excuse and what not to use. depending
Mm-hmm.
on the environment, especially it comes from, unfortunately, us, the spouses, how they are interacting with each other. And the
Mm-hmm.
child are usually sometimes, yeah, the children are smart and they pick up like, how to do something which is, for a father to do against mother or something vice versa, where they want something and who to go to because they know who will be listening to them. So that's why we say like for parenting, it's very important for us to be on the same page, on the same level, at least in the front of children. But
That's true.
even after, if all these things are not there, then according to the brain development of a child does not know how to manipulate. A child cannot take it as an excuse. But again, what are you doing there? Are you encouraging this misbehavior just because oh, this is a thing and I should not, this is his brain developmental stage and I let him go by this? No, you need to tell him or her what is right, what is wrong, but it comes how you are doing it. So if
Mm.
there is a book, advising, not shaming. So
Okay.
we, as parents, the way we are raised, we tend to shame our children much often. This is how we are. Just just by we might start very gently, but then we are just brainwired like this, and we turn this into the shame. And if you're
Mm.
turning this into a shame, a child is not learning at this point. When a child is feeling inferior about him or herself, or if you are raising your voice, and in that case, a child is having this emotional part of the brain overcome the logical brain, which is already not there. A child is in state of flight or fright. They are not
Mm.
learning. They are in another state. So you must teach the right behavior, but it depends how and when. A child in a state of, maybe just spilled the milk or maybe just broken the mirror and he's already scared and he already have amygdala hijack. You cannot take this moment to teach. You must wait and you must suppress your emotions coming out to teach him our life lesson, but you must suppress it. Then wait for the right time. Wait for the when you are also calmer. And we all the time can make mistakes. If we have done something, it's okay. Give yourself a grace, forgive yourself, ask forgiveness from a child, and later on teach the child a lesson. Lesson, I mean, a better way to do the things. So we will teach them, but it
Mm.
depends when, it depends how. And again, like we will advise them, we will not shame them, and we will keep this thing in mind. Children are generally not manipulative.
Okay, that's true. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so inshallah, we'll learn this more. So, need to belong. Do you want to continue, Faiza?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
There's a need to belong. Adler believed that an integral piece of human experience is that individuals are embedded in communities. Belonging is feeling connected to one's family, society, and humanity, which is necessary for a grounded sense of self. Adler believed that those who are connected to others tend to direct their behaviors towards a more useful spectrum of activities and are less likely to feel inferior and worthless.
Yes. This, I think, Julia has a bit of discuss in the beginning as well. The need to belong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone wants to
Mm.
say anything? Sister
Well,
Faiza,
I think
are you
that
from UK?
I'm from Pakistan, sister.
You're
I'm
from
living in
Pakistan. Okay.
UK, but
You are
yes,
living in UK. You know,
yeah.
basically why I'm asking is this because in UK, in some parts of the UK and
Mhm.
some of the Europe, this culture of gangs, boys belonging to this particular gangs, and you know the drugs and all these things. If you have heard of these things,
Well, definitely, yes. That's my biggest reason for homeschooling my children.
yes. So I was just thinking of the belonging, where they are less likely to feel inferior and worthless. So if you are not giving your child this worth, they will find their worth in places where they are welcoming. Nowadays, they have so much things outside this LGBT fitna, so
That's
many
true.
things where they will just embrace your child, love them, making them feel seen, heard, making them, feel superior. And they're much more like, up to the Lucifer and whatnot. So you must they have this need of belonging in them, and we must fulfill this at our homes. Yeah, Faiza, go on.
That's true. Yeah, I was gonna say that, that's where the importance of good company comes. I think our religion has emphasized on it a lot. So, I think it's the same point.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll just have a look at chats now. Sister Tasneem, okay, she's not feeling well. I pray she is well, inshallah. In Pakistan as well, yes, Sister Sadia, you're right. I think no part of the world is safe now. We have so many things everywhere now. Okay. Universal life task. Yeah, Sister Father, you can read the last part as well.
Universal life tasks. Adler believed that individuals strive to master critical life tasks, building friendships, social tasks, establishing intimacy, love, marriage task, contributing to society, occupational task. This is from the book Corey, 2005, page 99. From these general Adlerian principles and others, Jane Nelson established the positive discipline framework for parenting. In the following section, we will explore how positive discipline principles align with Islam.
Mhm. So yes, this critical life task. So I think these are three like more important things. You want friendships and this love marriage task, and then be able to contribute
Yes, ma'am.
to the society. Yeah. Anyone wants to say anything? Mm, yeah, Sister Sadi is writing. It's not only in UK, rather Pakistan has a lot of fitna here. It's actually the problem is that we are blind in many aspects because of so-called consideration of living in a Muslim state. I totally agree with you, and this is totally the case with the Arab world as well, where we feel like it's an Arab world and people are Muslims and everything is fine, but there are like many fitnas. Sister Faiza, also want to show you this Positive Discipline Association. We have been through this website,
Okay.
and we are thinking of this to take as a task where we will explore this website and see if there's anything we can learn from there. This is the
Can you please share
organization.
it in the group? So,
Yeah, I will. I
for us
will.
to.
I will,
Okay,
inshallah, share
Jazakallah
it.
khair. Thank you.
Okay, so we have like now this congruence of positive discipline and Islam. Um, this is the main topic of where the book will be focusing on. So why we are taking this positive discipline? Okay, so we might not be able to finish this all, but let's see. Uh, Sister Faida wants to continue, or anyone else wants to read?
I can continue. Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so congruence of positive discipline and Islam. Why did we choose positive discipline as our guiding parenting philosophy? We have been blessed with adopting Islam as our way of life. For us to adopt a new idea, we have to believe it aligns well with Islam. We discovered in positive discipline a parenting philosophy that strove toward goals inherently Islamic. Here are 8 areas of alignment between the positive discipline philosophy and Islam. First is building social interest.
Mm,
As stated earlier, Adlerian psychology believes that social consciousness is a measure of mental health. The more an individual is engaged in activities focused on the betterment of society, the better the individual is able to deal with the ebb and flow of life. Recent research on happiness validates this earlier view. In her groundbreaking book, The How of Happiness, Sonja Lyubomirsky, I don't know,
Limbersky,
sorry,
yeah, whatever.
Lyubomirsky presents research correlating a higher level of happiness with social connections, whether with family, friends, or strangers. In
Mhm.
addition, her research highlighted that random acts of kindness boost an individual's level of contentment and satisfaction. Highly agree.
Yeah, you want to say something
So,
here?
I think, yes, for me, I think this is
Mm-hmm.
something where I can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
It actually boosts your confidence a lot as well as
Mm-hmm.
contentment and satisfaction as well.
Yeah. So you in the family might have seen like there are different siblings, and sometimes there is one sibling getting lost of attention from maybe family, parents, or maybe extended family. The level of a confidence of such a child who is, maybe a apple of an eye, or maybe looked around, or anything like feeling important in family in any way, it's different uh, as compared to those sibling or maybe individual who are maybe a bit of introvert sort of nature. This is what I feel. What do you think?
That's true. I
Yeah.
think with parents, well, now as I'm raising three children, I can relate to it. When I was a child, I would never think that way, but now I can see that why parents do it.
Mm.
Some children are by nature calm and
Yeah.
easygoing, so
Yeah.
they make parenting easy for us. So
Easy.
we have a
Yes.
special feeling for them.
That's
But
true.
the harder children,
Oh God.
bless them, it's not their fault, but maybe that's how
Yeah.
their brain works. But
Yes.
because they give us a hard time, we at
I know.
times, because
Yes.
we are
Yes.
struggling with ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
bichare, they suffer with us as well. So
That's so true. That's so like really sometimes I really think like this. One of my child is really like very calm nature, and something, when there's something happens in the family, like in terms of like maybe other siblings are fighting or something, he's always, in a calm corner or something. And I'm like, oh, shukar hai, like he's fine. But when I started like having a different perspective, I started thinking, is there anything going on inside him, which is, actually a silent child could be a more sort of, for you to think why the child is silent rather than a loud child. Because a child is loud, so you think he's able to tell everything. A child who is silent, you think, oh, he's a calm child, kind and easygoing. But because it's just different in nature, does not mean this child is not feeling something or need attention or need something extra. But as Pada said, they make parenting so much easy. Your brain is like so relaxed when they are around. So that's very natural.
Assalamu alaikum, sister. Shall I ask you something on that point?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. When children is like teenagers, yeah, young, yeah, they're very attached to the parents. They really want to come and share everything. They're very
Mm,
close. At that time, the parents, we do not pay that much attention because we
mm,
still think they're a child and this and that. We don't give them that much appreciation, etc. Getting closer to them, then understand
mm,
and working with them.
mm,
But as time passed away and when they become teenager,
mhm.
and we are begging for them to actually getting close,
Yeah.
they are far away. And I
Mm,
think if we can actually work from the beginning,
mm,
what would happen there is we are always there for them, so they don't have any fear to share with anything that they think is sometime parents are going to be very angry. They will be
yeah.
open up with us. So those type of things, when you start it from the beginning, in the
Yeah.
later life would be easier. Like you said, fitra, the children are
Mm,
free from
mm,
all any any thoughts,
yeah.
etc. And because of the environment they are living in a such a way. So like the other sister
Yes.
said, look, we always give the benefit of doubt to the children and working
Mm,
with them so that our parenting will not become a burden for us. It's a sunnah.
mm,
How
mm,
we our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, actually guided us how we actually live and everything
mm,
amal.
mm,
So if you think about it,
mm,
I think Islam is the best way solution for our parenting, but we actually tend to actually focus on other therapy, things that actually not really practically possible to do. Is
mm,
it's good for theoretically, not in practice,
mm,
isn't it? So
mm,
that's what this is my experience, but I
mm,
like to share with you. I really
mm.
take you a leave from you. This is a Zohar time in London.
Yeah.
I'd like to go, and I'm
Yeah,
going to
sure.
pass the phone to my wife. She will be
Sure.
joining you, and then
Mm,
if anything needs to be added or whatever, and she will be, and she's also quite happy to actually work, and
of course. Mm,
I told her, and I'm going to give it to her, and I'm so sorry.
mm. No,
I'll
no,
update
it's
you in
okay.
2 3 minutes, and I'll pack after 1:15. In fact, if that is what
Yeah.
possible, we'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your reflection. And of course, we are so happy for sister to join us as well. And whenever she wants, she can also contribute. That's so nice to have a both parents involved. Like this is the biggest blessing for your children, mashallah. And this is
mashallah.
what the aim is, for parents to involve, like be on the same page and learn together. We all can make mistakes. As a mother, I have done like, so many mistakes. Initially, I was like in my initial stages of learning and everything. I just wanted to be, correct and not do this or that. And then later on, finally, I realized, no, that's not possible. I'm just doing my best. And every time I do a mistake, I just apologize to my children. Like, I'm
And
learning.
then
I'm
one
so
more
sorry.
thing as well I would
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
share. I'm so sorry. Is that,
No,
you
no,
know
it's
what?
okay.
We both parents will have to work on a same principle. Like, sometime we parents actually contradict, with a point. Which they say, child say, okay, I want to go for football. Yeah. For me,
Mm-hmm.
this like
Mm-hmm.
happened to me in my home. And I said to my son and my wife, no, don't allow him to go because you know what? Because he just suddenly told me I'm going to go to football now, it's Saturday, right? Then I
Mm-hmm.
said to him, don't let him go. You know what? If there is anything, you should inform me in advance so that I know who are you going with, what time you to go and come back, etc. Wife thought, look, yeah, he's just bored at home. He can go and play and allowed him to go. So as a result, I said, okay. She's the one who's going to do. And let her go. She went there, and after that, she came back. Was too much traffic, etc. She came home. Whole day is basically ruined. She really wanted to do a good thing for her son, but I said to her this one, and on later occasion, reflection, I told my son, look, mom would have actually done some good thing for you. You wouldn't have liked the way that I said no. The reason why I said you is, look, you can go, but you have to tell me in advance. I know who are we going with, where are you going, what is the time. I can plan accordingly. So
Accordingly.
this type of thing, if you are conflicting, right? So both parents trying to do certain things, but if we can work on a point, that would be good for children. Oh, I can't ask. Even my both parents are not going to say yes to me. That type of thing, really work. And if you work on it, but we think sometimes, oh, easy going, man. Come on, you can't restrict everything. But son understood. Yeah, that was right.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this is very important to be on the same page and like especially in the front of children when you are doing something. Yeah, okay, you can contradict, but later on, of course, like you have to explain to your son. So yes, this is very important. Thank you so much, Brother Muhammad, for sharing everything with us and
Yeah.
your presence and your reflections. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. Look, the reason why I joined here, look, whatever I know, it's a
Mm,
sadaqah. I would like to actually share my knowledge. Maybe the other parents will have some different, perspective as well. And because
mm,
I normally represent client at court as well, so I
mm.
really, know. But if we can avoid these type of thing,
Yeah,
our Muslim
definitely.
parents wouldn't be end up coming to court. They have solutions
Yes,
within themselves. So we
yes.
really wanted to actually, help them out, understand them, and
Mm,
in this country we can live, but
mm.
if you know the law and if you know what you're
Yes.
doing is, because if
Mm,
your religious teaching is contradicting in itself, how do you going to
mm.
actually work here? So
Yeah.
that sort of a thing that we all parents should know. And if you know
Mm.
that, look, is amal ibadat, then our children will be flourish, because our religion is the best, the guidance, and think if
Yes.
these people come to know, and they will
Mm,
embrace it. And the thing
mm.
is, it's not even within ourselves how you expect them to know about it.
So true. So true. Jazakallah khair. May Allah accept from you. That's a great thing.
Okay, I'm going to pass to my wife and I'm going to go
Yeah,
and I'll
sure.
be back. Thank you.
Sure, sure. Jazakallah khair. All right. So, um, where we were, the growing body, we have to.
Yes, this growing body of research.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you can insist on.
This growing body of research has highlighted the significance of Islamic teachings that encourage social responsibility and community development. Among those are teachings targeting a high sense of responsibility toward family, neighbors, friends, and strangers. Examples are numerous and beyond the scope of this book. However, consider the following hadith traditions as a sample of how fostering social connection is a foundational piece in Islam. However easy is the tribulation of someone, Allah will ease his tribulations on the day of judgment. Hadith Muslim. The relation of the believer with another is like the bricks of a building, each strengthens the other. This is from Bukhari, Muslim. Reconciling a conflict between two people is a charity. Helping another with a burden is a charity. A good word is a charity. With every step you take toward the mosque is a charity. And removing harm from the road is a charity. This is again from
Jazakallah.
Bukhari Muslim.
So this is like again, as we always say, we have been saying this since the beginning of the book. Like whatever we have from psychology, from anywhere, it's of course like Islam has already told us everything, which is according to the fitrah of a human. So building social interest, like we have been sent on this earth as Khalifa, and we cannot the Khalifa of Earth, and we cannot just live like a lone person. We have to be connected.
True.
Yeah, anyone wants to say anything? Um, Sister Fatima Farah has also joined us now. Welcome, sister.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, sister.
Walaikum
Sorry
assalam
to
warahmatullahi
bother
wabarakatuh.
you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Sister, we are just going through the simple points of like positive discipline and Islam, what is the congruence in it. And I'm glad you have joined us. Inshallah, maybe, later on with the recording, you can catch up in the beginning part. So, yeah, should we move forward? Anyone wants to reflect anything over here, or should we go to second point?
I think we should move.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
read it.
So
Yes.
fostering belonging and contribution. In positive discipline, families and schools work toward ensuring that members gain a sense of belonging while contributing in useful ways. Positive discipline perceives interdependence as essential to the human experience and hence, children are encouraged to be empathic,
Hmm.
empathic and of service to others. The Islamic view is no different. Rituals and activities involve the community. The concept of the Ummah or global Muslim community empowers Muslims with an instant sense of belonging that permeates borders, cultures, and ethnicities. It is enough for
Hmm.
someone to say the Islamic greeting, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, for a person to feel connected without the need for an introduction. We have created you in tribes and nations so you may know one another. The noblest among you is in the sight of Allah is the most pious.
Um, yeah, this is very important, and I'm also thinking now in terms of like, as they say, that permeates the borders, cultures, and ethnicities. Like you are Muslim, like for us who are in UK, for example, we know like maybe we are from Pakistan, India, or anywhere, but when we see someone saying Assalamu alaikum, or we see a woman in hijab and we know like they are Muslim, we just feel like some sense of belonging. And this is a very, I would say, the very point among the very main point of dispute among Muslims now, where you are just thinking of this all Palestine issue, where you're just thinking of, oh, my country is fine, whether it is Pakistan or Saudi or Qatar or India or Turkey. We are Muslims over there living. The main reason why the Jews or everything, just a few days back, I was going through some posts. If I find it, I will share. The comparison between the Jews and the Muslims, no? In terms of like why we are so maghlub in one sense. So it was like, do we have like less army strength or less weapons or economy or whatever? Yes, they are the one who are like, have the major influence on the economy. But if we see into the whole Muslim world and their combined assets, and if they are united and if they see like this, then we are like, there's no comparison between the Muslims and the Jews. But the thing is, we are not nowadays considering us as an ummah. We are Pakistani or Saudi or Qatar,
Yeah, we're
or we belong
divided.
to this. Yeah, we are divided. So, this sense of belonging, like, and where this change will come from. Of course, if you are now today going to raise your child with this sense of belonging to, like, ummah. Like, for example, I was just discussing with my son the other day, like I'm from Pakistan, and the army of Pakistan is very famous, like in terms of like they are number one in the rank. But I was just discussing with him, what is the use if you are not able to defend Al Quds? So he was just having this discussion with someone, and he was saying, "Yeah, I know Pakistan army is very best, but it is of no use because they are not able to defend Masjid Al-Aqsa." And yes, we are saying like we should not, in Islam, for example, you should not attack unless and until an enemy attacks you. But here is not about premises, it's about Islam. Islam is in danger. So you must act. And this, of course, acts come from like, the government and high above. But what we can do in our small houses to build this sense of ummah, this sense of community where you are living, and then in broader respect, telling your children this thing, why we are suffering here, if Palestine is suffering, if Sudan is suffering, if any other country in this world is suffering, just to let them know, just have these conversations, age appropriate conversations. So they are aware of this thing, like, you know, yes, we belong to my, it's not just like, my house is safe and I'm safe. Unfortunately, this is so common in this Muslim world today.
That's true.
Um,
This is the main reason why we are suffering.
why we're suffering, yeah, definitely. I'm not sure. Should we continue or should we stop here and start from point till next time? We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point, and I think in next session we can finish this chapter. Yeah, we have 8 points, and
Yeah,
yeah, we can.
I think that's better. We will
Yeah.
continue next week. Yeah.
Yes. So inshallah, we'll continue again from point number 3 in our next session. And again, as I always say, like sisters, we can start weekly session, but if there is some time, like I have, like, my children with me or some issue like this, health wise or anything, then we will cancel. Otherwise, we can continue the weekly sessions. Is this okay?
Inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, yes.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. And I'm very thankful to Sister Faiza for keeping the group alive. And I would like to, uh, encourage others as well, someday just write something to, like, when you have written this thing, Sister Faiza, this, everything I do today and every day is for the sake of Allah. That was really, a reminder for me as well. It's just like, sometimes something came across and it helps you in that day. So if we are just encouraging each other, making our small village where we are not alone, it's really helpful. Inshallah.
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 Jazakallah khair kaseera, sir.
Yeah, and also because this is a safe group. If you ever, sometimes it's like we don't want to write. We are so busy. If you want to send a voice note, I'm also okay with this. I have no problem. I'm sure other also not have any problem. Sometimes you feel like it's easy to communicate like this. Sometimes you feel like there is some thing you're struggling with, and I would say if there's something I'm struggling with, I will also message because I'm also learning. I'm just a person like you. Maybe someone of you will give me better advice someday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So let's keep it all together and grow together and keep our intentions pure for sake of Allah to raise this generation as to have a bigger vision. Again, all of us,
Inshallah.
we will go back to our parenting goal. If we have not done so, the characteristic of our adult children, we will think more. And if anyone wants to share in the group, then they are more than welcome. And it's for our own self to ponder and to see what I want in this world for myself, for children, and in akhirah as well.
Mm.
Hmm.
Inshallah.
Anyone wants to share anything, say anything now before we go?
I just want to
Sister,
say a big Jazakallah khair kaseera to you for giving us this platform. I really enjoy it. Alhamdulillah.
thank you.
May
Thank you
Allah
so
bless
much.
you.
May Allah bless all of us. And yeah, forgive our shortcomings and whatever they are, and help us learn together. Sister Fatma has just joined us, but unfortunately, it's time to go. So, inshallah, we'll have you next time. And Brother Muhammad's wife is with us today, so this is also a nice thing to have her. So it's really good to have all of you. And inshallah, I'll see you next week.
Jazakallah khairan, Ustazah. Sorry, no,
Inshallah.
I didn't join because of the work. Children's at home.
Oh, oh, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Really good. I think, yeah, really good one. We have a book,
Yes, yes,
so it's really good. So,
yeah. It's
alhamdulillah,
nice to have
Jazakallah
you.
khairan. May Allah bless you.
Ameen, Ameen. Wa anta fi jazakumullah khaira. Okay, sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi
Alaikum
wa
assalam wa
barakatuh.
rahmatullahi.
Alaikum assalam wa
Wa
rahmatullah.